Not feeling so good about how the Salamander's going. I feel like I'm going in a loop and not getting anywhere. So time to switch gears, do something different, and see if it's just like if I just need something to spark my interest a bit more. Now this thing, very close to being usable. I've turned the volume way down for this, so this jet engine hopefully doesn't blow anyone's speakers out. So what I want to do, I need to enable my trim control again, so I turned it off. I think it's left alt. So just trying to see how much trim I need to not rotate at all. I think it's going to be like 3.5. I'm not sure if I'm just like gliding forwards because of wind or something. Let's say I got 3.5 trim, so to apply trim, I've never actually applied trim before. I've never done this. Before. So probably want to bring my seat data in and then send it out. So if that would be 1 in and 4 out, I could do a 1x5. I'll do a 1x5 and then I can expand it if I need to. So here I've got a composite input, then output for ANDWS up, down, and left and right. And this is essentially just a little thing that will let me add any logic in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the order. 1 is A and D, 3 is left and right. So it's your odd numbers are your lefts and rights, and your even numbers are your up and downs. So my trim is on left and right. And basically I just need to take a little bit off whatever my actual output is. So this trim here is plus 0.035, which I'm just going to say 0.35. So then the seat data will go into that. And then all of these outputs will go into the gyro. Now if I go into this, I need to reset. I can't remember how you reset. I think you do, yeah, you do like the left and the right at the same time. So this shouldn't spin at all. There should be no rotation on this. Oh, it's spinning. But then it stops once it gets up to speed. This is one of Seb's helicopters. So this is the pilot's seat. And I'm trying to find the microcontroller that controls all his logic. Let's have a look at where the blades go to. So we've got collective, roll, pitch. I specifically want to know about the yaw right now, so it's very hard to see where this goes. Stabilized yaw. Using custom controller, okay. May have to put in a custom controller. Well, I can do the decoration kind of things anyway. So in the helicopter in Metal Gear Solid, you have seats along here, but I don't think I'll be able to get them in here. So that one, unless I do something like this, and then you'll be sitting very much in the thing. Even if I bring these right out to the edge, you're still going to be sitting on it, like inside of it. Well, that's actually pretty good. Look at where the legs go. It's quite natural. That's probably the best I've ever seen it, actually. It is very high, and I would like more of a backrest on these seats, which means my side windows would have to change. I don't necessarily mind having to do that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It doesn't look too bad from the outside or anything. Still got all the same styling, like a flat bottomed part of the window, same as on these windows. I need to get some controls up in the roof, I think, or in the center. Because I'm just thinking, like, I need to be able to engage a parking brake. So I think what I'd do is see what kind of spots I've got along here, because I can probably do these ones quite easily. The first, what do you think, 2 rows? Oh man, it's nowhere near though. You'd want to be back here. Maybe I need to shuffle the seats forwards. I'm going to pull these 2 buttons out because they're like connected to stuff. They're actually doing things. I think these buttons were the altitude hold, which kind of doesn't really work. Just chop all that. So I've attached a lever to these 2 pivots, and I'm going to rotate this down and see how far it comes down and what it looks like for a center console type thing. Okay. It's a lot of dials and stuff to have just sitting there. And I think I should do some displays. So you can get like a radar and stuff put in here. Maybe it could all be connected onto this. Man, that's not right. How do people make helicopter interiors? It's like down and then rotates up, and I guess this pivots up as well. I would like to probably use that spot and have the instruments this way, and then just use a couple of these as flip switches. Maybe not those last 2, and maybe I can bring it forward. So you've got 6, but they're a little bit forwards. I don't want to make it go too far forwards. So if I get rid of 1 and 3 on there, and then get rid of 2 and 4 on this one, then I've got 6 panels, or 6 switches. I mean, that's the way I like to do things. I just want to flick a bunch of switches and be done with it. This panel, I think I need to do it the other way. So like how Seb did it in his helicopter, it's all like facing down and folds up. And I mean, if I need to fill in this anyway, so if down and then folds up. I mean, that's the right place though. And if I'm going to be doing all the code myself anyway. So there I've got, you know, my main display. Perhaps I can use these other sections for just instrument panels or keys and buttons and things. I like this. This feels a bit strange though. The small display feels a bit strange and the big one is okay. But yeah, I'm gonna have something there. I could maybe get away with a wedge. It'd be really good if I could wedge some panels into there. And I wonder if I can hide the top of this. Maybe like that. Ugh, it doesn't like that. Actually, does it not really mind that at all? It's just that it hasn't wedged far enough. It's not happy, but it's kind of right. And then I get some little switches that are facing the pilot. I might be able to put a base, like a piece of glass or a window down in the bottom as well, and give you that sort of floor look. Give you that space to look out the floor. I deleted the pivot. I didn't think about that. By moving the pivot, it's actually going to screw all that up. But it might also glitch it into the right area and make it look a bit nicer. So, nope, it's breaking it. Definitely breaking it. What would I even want in the footwell anyway, though? Do I really need a window down here? I don't think I've got the right kind of space to put in a window. Would be nice. Would be nice to be able to see what's going on. I'm just going to leave Steps over here so I can kind of see what's going on. He's got windows in, and I guess the The seats are quite far backwards, right? Or he's got more windows. He's just got more windows, that's all. I could use the section directly below the seat. So, like, get rid of some of this. And then some of this. Oh, I don't even think I'd need to go all the way up. So I can keep a little bit of a lip, like a little bit of the frame stays in. Something like that. I'll probably need to move a whole bunch of this stuff. So let's say that I'm working on the cockpit area for now. So all this other stuff, anything in the cockpit that doesn't need to be there can just be cut and moved for now. I mean, that gives you some visibility down outside the helicopter. He's got massive windows. What the hell? You can't see anything though. I think he's got 2 and then 3. I've got 2 and 2, but I've only got 3 in the middle. He's got a 3 wide block in the middle. His helicopter must be wider than mine, and all my instruments are going to be in the way because my nose comes in a bit quicker. Probably having the windows there is kind of helpful, so maybe I'll leave them. They're very low down from where the pilots sit though. It'd be good to have like this bit as a window and then carry that down. I wonder if I can get rid of where the pivot point is here. If I can move the pivot to somewhere else, then I should have a clear view straight down to there. And yeah, I could wedge this off maybe. I don't know, it's kind of weird because you end up like looking down somewhere where you can't touch, where you can't like put your feet down or anything. I don't really like this. I think it's a good idea, but having the window all the way down kind of don't like it. Maybe a little window, and then you don't have to like drop down as much. But it's totally useless. Like you wouldn't be able to see anything out of that. I could put a window in the door. It's still like nothing. You don't get any visibility from that. Unless it was even bigger, you know, you'd have to have your window right down in here. I think it's just going to be windowless. You just have to deal with it. Oh man. It's just cutting out things everywhere, isn't it? I'm wondering if I take the display and I rotate it down instead. This might give me a better look on things. It's very low, isn't it? It's like if it were 1 higher before it came down. That's too high, but it's the right kind of rotation. It also looks like it's freaking out a bit. It doesn't look like it's moved at all. I'm pretty sure I moved it all backwards though. And now it's too low. Well, I guess it's probably okay. You wouldn't want it to be too high because then you're taking out your visibility. And I mean, putting it there means I can still put a display in this section. And I can put instruments above it, I think. No, that'll rotate up into that spot. So if anything, that's going to be wedges like across here. Yeah, you just sort of end up with that little lip, and there's nothing you can put in there. It's like a little place where you can put your bobbleheads, put your wallet. I think having the display there is okay. It would be nice if it could tilt a little bit. If I could just spin it on that spot. But this one's good. I can put like a main radar and stuff on there. I've got enough switches here. Most likely I'm only going to have, you know, like one button that just says go. Your go button. So we'll get a lever. I wonder if I can put a lever up in the middle, and that can be like engine throttle. So you can give yourself a little bit extra, you know, you can go from going to going a little bit more. And I'll wedge off below there. I think the pivot I'm using I might flip it up the other way so that the smaller side is like part of the door and the bigger side is part of the frame. So like this. Watch it try and go out the other way. Yep, there you go. Give it some throttle, some less throttle. Flick, 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 flick. Turn all your systems on. Maybe these can just be like fuel or something. I need a keypad somewhere so that you can set the altitude you want to hold at. And I think I would like it here because I like these things to be easy to access. Most of this stuff is just rubbish. Like, there's no way I'm going to need this many controls. I don't even think I need the same controls in the co-pilot seat. So like, even though I'm looking at Seb's helicopter for inspiration and to see, you know, how to make a good helicopter, the way that I play the game and the way that I build is a lot more like one button is the go button. So having a lot of controls doesn't work for my building style, and I'm not interested in putting all the different features and functionality. And it works out right, you know, if someone wants to play more realistic, you download someone else's thing. If you just want a one button machine, then you download my thing. I might have to do some stretched blocks in behind here to hide up that gap. I'm just putting another pivot on to make it a bit more secure. Yeah, so the rotation will be quite a bit more secure. And then how much, or what do I need to put in the bottom there? Can I just stretch one big block? This is fine. This is a good amount of control for me. I reckon I can get away with just putting wedges along the back of that. Like this. Like that? Or maybe, yeah, I think like that. I mean, you'll never see it. But yeah, ooh, it's a little bit, it falls a little bit short. But then it's like giving it that right angled look. And then because it's a wedge in there, it's quite happy to clip through anything. When it rotates up, the wedge will clip through pretty easily. I feel like it's jittering a little bit. I mean, it could be that I'm inside it. I don't want to be using pivots if they're going to be causing jitters. It's hard to know though. It's hard to know, is it something I've done causing jitters, or is the game just being a piece of crap? Is it worth finding a way to hide that, or are you just never going to notice? Landing. Okay, we're going to have two switches in the middle here. On the left, it will be landing gear brakes, and we'll have a flip switch. I might be able to spin this whole thing around. I'm going to try it. Wherever I can get like an upside down controller, I'm going to try. Just because I like the way that these flip switches look when they're upside down. Alright, so we have the landing gear brakes. Then this will be an arrow button. And this is just going to be called landing gear. So it retracts the landing gear. Then I don't know what I'm putting down in that corner. It might just be an indicator light at this stage. And then we have landing gear brakes again. And this is a radial segment. And I'll do it in bits because bits are quite easy to figure out once you get the hang of it. Now I can't change the additive color though, which just kind of sucks. Man, looking at this pattern is not easy on my eyes. Oh, it could be like this. So I think green, green, yellow, red is too traffic lighty for me. So I will do, if I do it like this, and then you just understand like, yeah. Okay, so, okay. You flip the switch, the brake goes on, and then these could be red, I suppose, and that could turn those lights on. That's the brakes. When you push the button, if it's up, it'll be up, and if it's down, it'll be the down ones. Because then you'll be able to see if the brakes are on and the position of the landing gear all in one system. On this side, I think I'm just going to do like engine systems or engine controls. Up the top here is going to be where you actually turn the engine on, the very last switch. And then any switch before there is going to be like a different kind of system. So it's going to get really confusing about which channel and which position these are in. I think a rotor brake could be really good. So 2 and 4 could be rotor brake in a real funny position. This will be the electrical. So you turn on your electrical, then we'll say fuel pumps. After you do your electrical, you do your fuel pump, then maybe you do your rotor brake. No, then something else. Actually, I'll name this, I'll put a thing in here so I know this is the third one. Push this, and your landing gear, I should just make that say landing gear. I could say landing gear status or something. It'll give you all the information about your landing gear. Down here, if we go like left, because there is a left and right engine, so left engine RPS. I don't know how fast these go. What normal RPS a jet engine runs at. Right engine RPS, and also do I need to know the temperature of these? Because it's not like a modular engine where it's going to explode if it gets too hot. And where do I put my instruments? Or do I just do a digital one? It'd be really nice if I could like put it in here and then skew it. Which might work, actually. Imagine that, but like chopped off there. Wait, is this right though? This is immediately wrong because it's not offset. Right? I need to know that this is level. I really like the analog one, but if I can't get it to work on an angle, then it might be a bit screwy. What if I try and put it there and see if it's going to clip in? It'd be good if you could give the same kind of rotation like you can on a spotlight into the artificial horizon, use a composite input, and then rotate the whole thing so that if I know that it's on a 0.5 rotation, then I can do a minus 0.5 and send it back to level. I'm probably just going to have to do a HUD. Put a artificial horizon on that, and that will float a little bit as well, I think. It's a little bit floaty. What if I attach it to this piece? Does this work? Like, it's there, right? It's there. And then I can stretch a wedge in behind here. So you should still be able to see all of the HUD. And then the data that's being output onto the HUD, if I use an artificial display, it doesn't care because it's not the artificial horizon. God damn, it's hard to control sometimes. The artificial horizon won't, what am I talking about? Yeah, because whatever I'm grabbing the tilt off is connected to the rest of the helicopter. So I can totally do this. There you go. I could just put HUDs all the way across here. Let's get some old RGB lights. I think I'll just put an RGB light behind the pilot and the co-pilot, and they can have their own light to turn off and on. Go HSV mode. And then I think these two very bottom buttons, I'll have arrow this way. Or maybe I can do it like this. So this is the co-pilot light and the pilot light. So you just push those and they'll toggle through different brightnesses on those lights. Now, one of these is the auto hover. So I think what is going on here, I've changed it so I should be able to flick the switch up here, the very last one. So just like bypassing everything else at the moment, which should be channel 6. That should let me at least turn it on and see if it still works. I don't have I didn't add any way to turn on the what's it called? Auto hover. So I'm just going to use a constant on, because I think you would always have that on. Sometimes I like to let people have full control, but then you're just going to roll the helicopter, and it'd be better if it just didn't do that. So I should be able to flick that. Yes. I'm still not sure why it rotates when you're starting and then settles. You know, it should have the trim amount added on by default. Feels like that trim isn't actually connected. So where is that thing? Up, down, left and right. Did I put it on the wrong thing? Left and right. We're saying X plus 0. Was it just 0.35? I was pretty sure it had another 0 in there though. Oh. It was almost most definitely a 0.035. I think I've got like the cockpit basically sorted, you know. I don't think I need much else. I don't even think I want to put anything in the middle. You should be able to walk up and get into a seat. Nice and easy. I could, and I probably should bring this back so it connects like that. I really want to put some kind of wedge in behind here though, which means I can't do this one. Gonna hide this gripper. There you go. That actually doesn't look too bad really. I could probably put a XML pipe in here. I think I'd have to do a stretched wedge because the pipe would have to be in here. I think it's okay. And then I can put stuff behind here, like I would like to have a fire extinguisher and a welder quite handy. Maybe that's a little too obvious, but being able to put stuff in there would be good. So maybe I can do something to like help sort of separate these two areas. Something like that. Oh, that's cool. Very spaceshipy. And then I've got more space where I can put up equipment in the top there. I could put like a rifle in the top. I could do that. Yes. Yes. Oh, I could maybe just bring this thing completely across. Keep it consistent. And then I can also put equipment up in there. In Metal Gear Solid, there's actually guns up here. If you are looking in your ACC, if you have a look around, you'll see that your weapons are stored up above the doors. But if I'm using those spaces, maybe I can do this, put the guns up there. Rifle ammo. Yeah, so I can keep a gun on that side. And then why would you have two rifles? You need a primary and a secondary. I'm happy with that. And then the pipes, I'm going to do an XML pipe to go the whole length, which is 8. So I won't be doing an XML pipe. How do I divide 8 into an XML length? So what I want for this one, in Metal Gear Solid, there is like a folding down bench seat in the back. I don't even think it goes the whole way across. I'm trying to go based off memory. I think because you're looking in the menu, it's like you're here, so Snake must be in that seat. So if you went like seat, yeah, and then this is the same height as those seats across there, then I could do another padded, back seat thing, and maybe I can have a door. I don't know why you'd want a door. Maybe it's just like an access panel or something back here. This could all be closed up. Put some equipment in there or something. In fact, this wall could be brought forwards, all the way forwards. It'd be good if I could put another seat, on the side there, but you need even more space to get the seat and the padded back part of it, which would be a 2x2. And now your door's only 2 wide. Not a fan of doing that. I don't even know about this door. It could just be nice to have access to get back there. It could also be worthwhile just having more padded seats, or even a medical bed, since we're not playing Metal Gear Solid, we're playing Search and Rescue. I mean, this is why I really like the HP 48, because it had such a massive interior. It had there must have been at least 10 seats inside, and it had enough space that you could lie someone down across all the seats that fold out in the middle. It was also like more of a gunship than this is. Okay, so now this would mean I've got seating for 4 people plus a wounded person. I don't think I want to put any seats in the middle, although it would be an option. And I mean, you can just chuck people in the back. They're not going to fall out, probably. If I really had to, I could put more seats in the back. So now that I know that the front of the helicopter is basically done, right? All this space is just empty space. I forgot I put a light thing. What is it? A gimbal camera. I forgot I put one of them in the front. I can move the gyro back. And the gyro might even just get replaced with a custom gyro. I'll have a look at the ZE gyro and see if it's worth, just putting that in. Okay, so now the back is clear. I could put seats in the back like this. I wonder what that's like if you're trying to get in the back. Is that in the way? Oh, that track makes it really hard to hop in here. Can I move that? I don't think I can. The whole door is like hanging off the top. I mean, you can walk around these seats totally fine. So yeah, it could be something to add. For now, I'm going to remove them because they are not in this helicopter in Metal Gear Solid. I think I'd need to move this pipe back to there, and then I can put in just a really long pipe. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is a 9 long pipe? Might look a bit weird. Okay, here's a 9 long pipe. It is a bit strange because you're stretching out the very ends of it as well. Oh, I wonder if I could do like some kind of hidden handle so that you could like grab into it. I totally could. Oh, this is cool. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. Okay, here's my pipe. What's above that? Nothing, I hope. Nothing there. Nothing there. I was really hoping the handle would extend down into the pipe. I mean, that looks kind of neat anyway, from a decorative standpoint, but it's also highly functional. Because Oh, you totally can't even see it though because of that stupid track. Huh. What can I do about that track? Because it's being the way it is puts it outside the body, so it can slide along sort of outside. If I were to put it up in the roof, I would still be filling up this gap through here. It's maybe like I need to put the handles further in so you can sort of get a clear line of sight to them, and then it defeats the point a little bit. Because the idea was that they'd be hidden inside that pipe. No, that still works. That's okay. I don't think I'll bother filling in any blocks for that pipe because it might mean when you're trying to grab the handle, you're hitting the hitbox of the pipe. Okay, next thing is anchor. I need electrical anchors. Is there anything above here? It'd be cool if the winches could like extend out. I'm gonna go with a no on this. So back here instead, what I'll do is there'll be an electrical anchor. Actually, no, a winch. A winch. Because I want to make sure it always returns to like its most caught up position. So then we'll have an anchor, electrical cable anchor. And then a harness. Harness. Yeah, see, that's the thing. The harness is such a piece of crap to try and place down. Cut and paste. Connect to this, to that winch, and then do a... Oh, there's a constant on somewhere, isn't there? Are these? Constant on the up. And set it to a little bit faster, like maybe 2. Excuse me. Oh man, yeah, so here's... Damn it. So yeah, you should be able to come in and be like, oh yeah, there's the harness. I need to get out, so I'm going to grab this piece, connect it to that, and then I can hop in here. I guess you have to like push it out the door first. Then I can hop in here, and then harness yourself down, and then pull yourself back up with it. But it would only bring you up to here. Yeah, that's not good. Detach cable. I think I need to configure this and see if it's actually going to work. Because if you can pull yourself up high enough that you can grab these handles, you should be able to pull yourself in. A winch sends... You can do this. So this is seat data. You can put it on the send signal. So I'm going to make just a real quick up and down winch. So here we have winch down and winch up, and then the composite signal comes off the winch. So what's happening is the signal is getting sent from the harness into the electrical anchor, and then that's running up the cable into the winch and then off to the microcontroller, and then the microcontroller is sending those signals back to control the winch. And so in here, what you need is 2 of these composite read on-offs. I'm going to say that channel 1 goes up and on channel 2 goes down. I don't know if these are push or toggle. they are toggle. So I've harnessed myself up. Now I have to try and grab. Man, that's difficult. And it's that track. It's all that track's fault. If I harness myself down, or winch myself down. Man, how do you get yourself out of this? Do I grab on and then press F? Yeah, okay. And then you have to like try and grab this, connect it back onto that and hope it doesn't get caught outside. Oh yeah, that's a fun bug. If you disconnect a cable when it's retracting on the winch, or a rope, I've had it done it with a rope as well, it'll just keep making the sound. Is this even worth having? Because like, such a pain in the ass to deal with. I can't even grab this thing. Oh, I'm in the... yeah. Excellent. Definitely, you wouldn't need no clip if you were playing in a career and you just tried to get out of the winch into your helicopter and this happened. Can't even jump out of the ground. I think I need to do something about this track. I need to like rotate it up into the roof. It seems like I've got the space. So that's all the space along there. I just have to cut this piece off, this 1x2 wedge, rotate it and put it back on. And then this should... oh. That's so much better for like being able to grab those handles, but it does destroy a lot of that shape. So like, which is better, having a more sudden pop up here and then not getting my wedges in the rear section of it, or having it look real nice but like play real badly. And you know what, there is actually an even better solution to this, which is get rid of all that, put it back the way it was. So I think it was a wedge like that. Then you go all the way along there with the door. So same kind of, same shape that it was before. Just fixing the bit I broke, which was here, I think. Yeah, I really liked how it did all that. And then where this pyramid was, I really liked that. So I've still got my track over here that I can use. Copy, flip it, and then get rid of all this piece. So as long as this can come right to the end, then I'm totally fine. Got one block down the end. There you go. So it's all going to be hidden in the roof. Merge the track into the roof. Cut out a bit of door so I can find it. Send that back up. Merge those in. So we have a nice looking door. And we can access this real easy. Such a better solution to do it like that. So I can put my pipe back now. Get this to there. Copy, press U. Whoosh. Oh. Huh, that's a unexpected turn of events. I guess I really didn't consider that that pipe was on the track. Do I want that pipe? I think it adds a lot of like interesting character, and it means I can put these handles right in it, which is kind of what I wanted. Like in the first place, that's what I wanted. I think I have to do it like that though. I have to give the pipe somewhere to connect into, and then up here, that's a long wedge because I've got a long wedge on the end of the door And a short wedge is a bit too square. Oh, what is this? That track might be going too far. Or actually, what's happening? I'm pretty sure this is what's happening. There are 2 tracks up here. So even though this last track has reached, the last linear slider has reached the end of the track, this other one hasn't. So it's like trying to go further. But you kind of want to have 2 of these to stop it from twisting. I guess a solution for this would be get rid of the one that's forcing it through. And then all of the top of that, how far along can I go? So you get rid of that track that's causing the issues. Then this is the piece of track here, linear track. And I'm going to cut it and flip it. So the linear track runs along the very outside, all the way along the outside. Then we get a gripper. Put the gripper on the front of that. Then I think this is... Oh, it's not. I was going to say that's where my handles are, but they're not. And was that just a normal block? I think so. Okay. And then we put the normal tracks and a gripper. So the gripper is just going to hold it straight. And then the linear track is going to do all the work. And I think it could also be nice to maybe round that off. Oh no, that looks terrible. It would have to be like here. And then, damn it. It would have been nice to have it do something like that. Which I can still do if I start the door open. I don't even need to start it open because it's going 1 and -1. It can just start anywhere. Like, it could start like that. That's totally fine. Oh no. I can't start it open because there's a wedge there. Alright, I can save this, don't worry. We just need to get rid of one of those. Yes, I would like one of you, please. And that will fix my clipping issue. I don't think you'd ever be able to like interact with this part in a way where you can get inside the door or do anything silly. So now we've cleared the back panel. Then I can put my wedge in. So this should just close that extra step when it spawns. Oh, it just, yeah, okay. I think it's got a timer or something on it. Huh, wait a minute. Okay, new solution. So this piece just needs to go back 1. And then I need to fill in the track here. And then I need to put the gripper on here. The door fell off again. Alright. So I had to move the linear track back 1 and then add an extra spare track so that it can move forwards 1. And then merge it all back in, and it should be closed now. Yes! There's a little bit of, you know, this weirdness. I'm going to remove that. So this bit here is just going to go straight into the roof. Like that. Actually, like, why doesn't this one just do that also? Nice big door. That's an 8-block hole you can get in through there. Obviously, you're still going to bonk your head on the middle of the pipe, but, like, it's okay. Real easy to grab the handles. I could even... This is now opened up enough space that I could probably make the winch just, like, rotate in and out or something. That door is also going way too far backwards. How far back does this one go? Because I need to be able to click that button. So it's 2 blocks too long. Which makes sense because the track was 2 blocks longer before to accommodate the other track slider that was in there. Click that. There you go. Click that again. Yeah, that's good. I really like that. So I definitely enjoyed working on this a lot more than trying to get the Salamander to work. I think I'll just switch gears and work on this for now. Usually if I'm not recording anything or like trying to make some kind of video, I will swap between projects all the time. So working on one project, it just doesn't work very well for me. This is a lot of fun though. I really like this helicopter. Yeah, so thanks for watching and I'll see you later.